What if the very pain that almost destroyed you was actually the doorway to your greatest transformation? What if betrayal, rejection, or heartbreak wasn't the end of your story, but the ignition of a new one? Think about it. The moment they hurt you, whether they left, lied, or betrayed, something inside you cracked open. But cracks aren't just signs of weakness. Cracks are where the light gets in. And here's the truth most men miss. Revenge isn't about chasing them, proving yourself, or shouting back louder. The best revenge is something far more powerful. It's silence. It's growth. It's becoming untouchable. Did they hurt you? Good. That pain you're feeling right now, as unbearable as it seems, is not your ending. It's your rebirth. They thought you would collapse. They thought you'd beg. They thought you would shatter into pieces so small you'd never rise again. But here's the surprise. They've just planted the seed of your greatest comeback. They imagined your weakness. What they never expected was your strength. They assumed betrayal would break you. Instead, it will forge you. You're about to become something they never saw coming. Unstoppable. Unshakable. Untouchable. Look back at history. Marcus Aurelius didn't beg. He didn't chase after those who betrayed him. He didn't waste nights writing letters trying to make people understand. He didn't collapse under the weight of disloyalty. Instead, he stood tall, rooted in silence, anchored in discipline. That is the mark of a Stoic. Power without noise. Revenge without rage. Strength without spectacle. The best revenge? It is not rage. It is not a loud confrontation. It is not proving them wrong with words. The best revenge, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, is simple. To be unlike him who performed the injury. To rise above. To refuse to mirror their weakness. To transform instead of retaliating. That is Stoic revenge. Now, let's bring this ancient wisdom into today's world. Most men, maybe even you, react when hurt. They text endlessly, trying to get answers. They argue, explain, justify. They spiral in anger. They let betrayal control their energy. Their enemies don't even need to do more harm. The man destroys himself. But the Stoic man? He does the opposite. He builds in silence. He doesn't fight for closure, because he doesn't need it. He doesn't chase for answers, because he becomes the answer. He doesn't beg for peace. He becomes peace itself. Silence is his sword. No posts, no explanations, no angry outbursts on social media, no long messages trying to prove his worth. Just silence. And in that silence, he builds. He allows his absence to speak louder than any argument could. He lets them sit with their guilt, their confusion, their regret, while he rises in strength and clarity. Think about it. When you stop chasing, you start building. While they stalk your profile looking for weakness, you give them nothing. While they post to provoke you, you don't react. You outgrow the entire game. That's how you win. So what do you do with this pain? You turn it into power. Go hit the gym. Let every rep, every drop of sweat, carry the weight of your betrayal until it no longer controls you. Build your body like a fortress they can't touch. Stack your money. Become financially untouchable. Sharpen your mind. Study. Read. Expand your wisdom. Let your evolution punish their memory of you more than any argument ever could. Because here's the truth. Pain doesn't break the Stoic. Pain builds him. If you are pained by any external thing, Marcus Aurelius said, it is not that thing itself which disturbs you, but your judgment of it. Betrayal, rejection, humiliation, they are events. Your mind is the one that turns them into torment. but your mind can also turn them into fire. Don't numb the pain. Don't run from it. Don't drown it in distractions. Use it. Fuel your growth with it. Let it sharpen your discipline. Let it forge your resilience. Let it burn away your weakness until only strength remains. This is the Stoic formula for revenge. Cut contact. Offer no closure. Give no explanations. Let the silence echo louder than your words. Rebuild in shadows. Transform in ways they never expected. The best transformation is always the one they never see coming. That is the art of Stoic revenge. And as you stand here, wounded but alive, betrayed but unbroken, remember this. You didn't lose love, you lost an illusion. You didn't lose something real, you gained clarity. That betrayal? It was a gift wrapped in thorns. Because now, you see them clearly for what they truly are. Someone incapable of the loyalty, the respect, the depth you deserved. And isn't that a blessing in disguise? Good, you needed to see it. So, don't look back. Don't waste another second explaining yourself. Don't argue what a good man should be. Be one. Build, grow, evolve, while they cling to the past. You are stepping into a future they can't even touch. And remember this truth. The greatest revenge is not destroying them. It's building yourself so completely that their memory of you becomes a punishment in itself. Your silence, your growth, your rebirth, that is Stoic revenge. And now that you've embraced this shift, let's explore how these ancient principles of silence and growth translate into real, modern responses, practical steps you can take today, so that you not only survive betrayal, but rise because of it. You remember how we ended. The greatest transformation is the one they never see coming. That's the thread we carry forward now. Because this is where your pain turns into something far more than survival. This is where you stop being the man who suffered, and you become the man they can never hurt again. The best transformation isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself with long explanations, or social media posts, or desperate declarations. No, real change appears in silence, in the shadows. And when you return, you don't return as the same man. You come back as a weaponized version of your old self. Not to reconnect, not to chase, not to prove. You return as living proof of what they lost. And by then, it's too late for them. No words, just power. That's the difference. Think about it. How often do people talk about being better? About moving on, while deep down they're still broken? They say they've changed, but their actions betray them. They still stalk, still linger, still ache. But a Stoic man doesn't announce. He becomes. He doesn't say he's better. He is better. And the beauty of it? They'll feel it. They'll see it in every part of your life. And yes, they'll regret it. But by then, their regret won't matter anymore. Realize this truth. You have no control over outside events, over betrayals, over rejections. You cannot stop people from lying, leaving, or hurting. But you do have power, absolute power, over your mind. And that is where true strength lives. Marcus Aurelius reminded us again and again. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's your battlefield. That's where victory begins. So what does this look like in practice? Imagine the man who once was soft, trusting blindly, breaking easily when betrayed. That was you before. But now, after walking through fire, you come back bulletproof. The same blade that cut you has forged you into steel. You're no longer fragile glass that shatters. You're tempered iron. You've gone from broken to stoic, from silent to savage in your discipline. Picture this. Once, when they ignored your message, you lost sleep. Now, your phone lights up and you don't even flinch. You're too focused on your training, your work, your growth. Once, when they left, you fell apart. Now, you stand taller, sharper, stronger than you ever were with them. That's what bulletproof looks like. It's not that you don't feel pain anymore. It's that pain no longer has the power to control you. And the next time someone tries to destroy you, they'll realize too late. You don't break. You evolve. It's like trying to crush a seed. You can stomp it into the ground, but all you've done is plant it deeper. Soon, it breaks through the soil as something unstoppable. That's you. Every betrayal was just planting season. Every heartbreak, just watering the ground. Every rejection, sunlight. And now you rise, not as what you were, but as something entirely new. This is where the inner warrior is called out. Not the warrior who fights with rage and chaos, but the warrior who fights with discipline, silence, and focus. The one who doesn't waste time chasing enemies, but invests every ounce of energy into becoming stronger. He doesn't demand respect. He embodies it. He doesn't scream about his worth. He builds it so high that no one can deny it. Look at the greats of history. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. None of them wasted time proving themselves to those who betrayed them. Epictetus was born a slave, beaten, humiliated, yet he became one of the greatest Stoic teachers to walk the earth. He didn't plot revenge on his master. He transformed himself until his wisdom outlived empires. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor himself, wrote privately in his journal about betrayal and treachery. Did he collapse under it? No. He became one of the most admired rulers in history. That's the blueprint. Not revenge that screams, but revenge that endures. Now, let's ground this in today's reality. Imagine you've been cheated on, blindsided by the person you trusted most. The natural reaction? Anger, endless questions, spirals of self-doubt. But the Stoic way? You go quiet. You hit the gym until your reflection stares back at you like a stranger, leaner, stronger, unrecognizable. You stack your income until your bank account speaks louder than their betrayal ever could. You sharpen your skills until your work demands respect across rooms they'll never even enter. That's not just moving on. That's transformation. Or maybe it wasn't betrayal in love. Maybe it was a friend who turned on you, a business partner who undercut you, a family member who failed you. The pain stings all the same. But instead of revenge that wastes your life, you choose Stoic revenge, becoming so untouchable in your strength, your peace, your growth, that their betrayal becomes a footnote in your story. They thought they wrote your ending, but all they did was set up your beginning. Don't underestimate the silence. Silence is where the real transformation happens. In the quiet, you lift, you learn, you discipline yourself. No announcements, no explanations, just the slow, undeniable rise of a man who refuses to break. That's the final strike, not anger, not confrontation, but your new self. Yes, you were soft once. Yes, they hurt you deeply. But now, you are bulletproof. And every scar you carry is no longer a wound, it's armor. Each one reminds you that you survived. Each one whispers that you are stronger than you were yesterday. And slowly, those scars stop being shame and start being proof. Proof that you can endure anything. Proof that no betrayal, no rejection, no heartbreak has the power to end you. This is Stoic revenge, not to destroy them, but to evolve beyond them, to become the kind of man who cannot be broken, the man who turns every attack into growth, every setback into fire, every betrayal into fuel. And when the world sees this version of you, the silent, disciplined, unshakable version, they'll know this is not the man they left behind. This is the man they'll never reach again. So now, call out the warrior in yourself. Make a vow. Comment below. I choose Stoic Revenge, not with anger, not with noise, but with the promise that from this moment on, your pain is no longer your prison. It is your weapon. Subscribe, because this is where pain ends and power begins.